Thanks a lot. I am Don Mathis with the Zoogle Ads, and we are a performance ad network. What we do is connect advertisers to highly targeted consumer traffic, online consumer traffic. We try to do it as efficiently, effectively, and measurably as we can. Quick snapshot about the company. We're a $150 million company in terms of revenue. We've had no outside financing from the day of inception. We've been profitable from day one, and we've been basically cash flow finance. We have enormous reach. We reached 75%, or in 2007 reached 75% of the addressable internet. That was about 1 billion clicks and 30 million transactions we did, and that's part of what it means to be a performance network, which I'll talk a little bit about in a minute. 30,000 websites in our publisher network. That's websites and search partners that we work with, and some email partners as well. And we have in-house proprietary technologies. Search and ad serving optimization are the key technologies that make up our bread and butter. A couple other facts. We've got offices in New York, San Francisco, Toronto. We do have backers. TA Associates and Stripes are two private equity funds that bought shares from the founders. They did not invest their money internally to the company, but they contribute a great deal of value for us. And to put it in perspective, from a time horizon, we were founded in 2000. So, as I mentioned, we do performance advertising. Now, I think, like a lot of other observers, we believe ultimately that performance advertising will ultimately be all online advertising. The ability to offer to an advertiser measurable metrics around their spend is the direction we're all going in. And we certainly have, in our core technology platform, that is the end goal, and we have a patent pending on that very technology. What it's fair to say today is that performance advertising is basically CPA-denominated priced advertising. With the exception of, depending on how you look at CPC and maybe some CPM, by and large, what we do and what performance is today is CPA, and that's where the advertiser pays once you've generated an actual transaction. And they don't pay until you've generated a transaction. So that actually ends up being a pretty compelling story for going after an advertiser. Hey, you won't pay us unless the action occurs wherever you define the action to be. A couple other elements of CPA. Obviously, it's a very measurable ROI on that basis. It's got strong down market characteristics, which is possibly relevant given the current environment that we're in right now. We also believe that CPM is probably going to do all right through the current downturn. But you know what? If it doesn't, I'd rather be in CPA, and I'm pretty comfortable being there. Less of a problem with click fraud. It's got a lot of compelling advantages to it, and it's certainly what we've done as our bread and butter from day one. So what do we really do? We, as I said, connect the advertisers to traffic via network of publishers and via our own media buying activities. The heart of it is the optimization. I think optimization is one of those words that has made it in probably every online deck, every investor presentation that I've seen in the last year around the internet. So it's kind of de rigueur to have optimization as part of your deck. What I'll say with us is that we've been doing it since 2003. It's a key element to what we do. It's how we do our business. What we do is, and I think, by the way, it's not easy. It takes a long time to sort of get good at it. We've had a lot of smart guys working on it, a lot of smart folks working on it from the beginning. And several years on, I think we've got it down pretty well, although, of course, there's a lot of improvement you can do. Another thing I'd say about optimization is that there's a world of difference between having an optimization algorithm that's kind of the theoretical ideal. As my head of algorithm development is actually, his title is chief algorithmist. He's a mathematics PhD from Berkeley. And he would tell you that, look, any good mathematician can write a first order algorithm, but to feed the algorithm data is what it's all about at the end of the day. It's a true order of mathematical order of magnitude difference between a smart algorithm and a theoretical algorithm. And along those lines, if you go back to the reach that we've got, we hit 75% of the addressable internet. We also have very deep reach and information on the basis of the fact that we have the entire click stream through the action in a lot of cases. That's been what we've used and relied on to, in effect, feed the algorithm. So, and then the third thing I'll say about optimization is that with all of our experience, in the debate of is it behavioral, is it contextual, is it demo, the answer is yes. we've found and make money from the fact that you've got to have all of the above. And in fact, if we have a secret sauce to our algorithm, it's not any one of the targeting methodologies, it's the algorithm which chooses in real time among the targeting methodologies. And that's really how we make our money. That's our bread and butter, and that's how we pursue optimization. So we serve ads, again, through the optimization engine down into the traffic channels, whether we're doing our own media buying, whether we're relying on that network of publishers to do it. We try to work with every form of online advertising. Every channel is what we call it internally out there: search, display. We're getting into widget apps now and video, and we're doing that from partnership perspectives. One of the nice things about having the scale we have and sitting in the middle like we do, we kind of call it serving as the nucleus of online advertising. We're able to sort of figure out who are the 3 or 4 video companies that are doing video ads, and we're able to partner up with them and carry on. The last thing I'll say here is we started a self-service initiative not that long ago. We launched it in about October of last year. And it's actually taken off pretty quickly. We have a whole bunch of advertisers, SMBs, who come in who are too small for us to assign account representation to. And they've come in. We built this self-service platform for them. It enables you to do advertising on display. It's CPC priced on display, so it's kind of experimental for us. But it's taken off pretty quickly, and we've had a whole bunch of local advertisers get involved. Now, local is not our strategy. There's some great companies that are doing some great things in local, and we, in fact, partner with a few. But it's not what we kind of set out to do. It's just turned out to be that. A lot of the local folks out there specialize more on search, and this is a display alternative. So that's been kind of an exciting development recently. And I'm getting close to the end of my time here. So what I want to talk about really to kind of wrap it up is, I said in the beginning, we're a performance ad network. I think a lot of people hear that and they say, oh, ad network. And for the detractors to the that are out there, they'll say, yet another ad network. I think there's some people who have that kind of perspective. A performance ad network, in my mind at least, is fundamentally different because the conversion is just as important as the acquisition. In fact, I'll go so far as to say that without the nexus of the two, you don't really have a performance ad network, and you cannot decouple them either. So for us, it's all about generating consumer interest, inspiration, and having consumers kind of enter what we call the funnel of conversion, or the conversion funnel, and at various steps in that process, work on getting the consumer to a point where they are interested in the action itself on behalf of the advertiser. So in a nutshell, that's the difference between, say, a performance ad network, and by the way, we also do a ton of search, so we're not just display, and say a regular network. And that's really, that optimization algorithm and optimization capability is the technology that enables this, what I'll call a services-based business, and that's what allows us to do what we do. So that is, in effect, the Azoogle story, and thank you for your time.
Great. Thank you.